he went to a town called Nain, and his disciples and a great crowd went with him. As he drew near to the gate of the town, behold, a man who had died was being carried out, the only son of his mother, and she was a widow. And a considerable crowd from the town was with her. And when the Lord saw her, he had compassion on her and said to her, do not weep. Oh my God, Jesus is speaking to your problem today. It looks as if that thing is not going to come back. But the Lord is saying, do not weep. Do not weep, my daughter. Do not weep, my son. For I am going to take you out of this situation. I know some of you are facing a lot of problems. Some of you are facing a lot of stagnations. But by the mighty power of the Holy Spirit, God is going to remove you from the mud that you fell in. He is going to take you out at that right opportune time. The Lord that we worship, he will take you by the hand and take you out of that situation. It says that when Jesus looked at her, he felt compassion. So he felt sorry. Oh, Inda Masika. He felt sorry. He felt sorry and said, my God, this person is in a predicament, but I am going to take it out. People of God, let's listen what happened. This is actually beautiful. He says, do not weep. Right. And when the Lord saw her, he had compassion on her and said to her, do not weep. Then he came up and touched the bier. And the bearer stood still and he said, young man, I say to you, arise. Oh, Kidazon Tiba. Young man, you are speaking to a dead person. Jesus is speaking to your situation today. You are in valley today. Something is not happening the way you want it to happen. And Jesus is saying to you, hey, rise up from that mud. Rise up from that stagnation. Rise up from that situation and let your life be restored. Jesus was speaking to this young man as if you are speaking to somebody who was just sleeping. And definitely to Jesus Christ, the man was just sleeping. He says, young man. Oh, Jesus. I hope somebody is with me. Young man, I say to you, arise. And the dead man sat up and began to speak. And Jesus gave him to his mother. Fear seized them all, and they glorified God, saying, a great prophet has risen among us, and God has visited his people. And this report about him spread through the whole of Judea and all the surrounding countries. So what happens is, whenever you have an encounter with Christ, it is bound to catch an eye of somebody. If people witness your dramatic change, they will also follow the Lord. So this is how Jesus has designed that whenever somebody has an encounter with him, people are going to be won to Christ. Imagine you today. Imagine the situation that you are in today. Imagine when you come out of that situation. Some of you have chronic diseases. Some of you, you have diabetes, asthma, you have cancer, you have everything that you can name it. Are you hearing this? But all of a sudden, when Jesus comes through for you, when he touches you and changes your story, when he touches you and changes your situation, the whole of that community is going to be astonished. They are going to witness the power of the Holy Spirit. They are going to witness Jesus, that there is only one Jesus that can save us. People of God, this is actually a blessing. I don't know what kind of situation you are facing today.